Look at these, just been born Brazilian rainbow boas. First time we've bred them here. Absolutely amazing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a stillborn. So rainbow boas have live young, as do boas in general. Something different, because everything else we breed here lays eggs that we have to incubate. Not a big haul, I'm made up. A lovely thing to see when you pop into the snake room late at night. Look at that. Absolute beauties. Brazilian rainbow boas. These Brazilian blue tarantulas really are beautiful. Remember the theme here, by far is the blue varieties of tarantula, blue species. In my small collection, that's the theme. And look at that. Gorgeous. And on that theme, the green bowl blue. Look at that. Welcome back to another vlog, you guys. It is boiling, so the whole summer holidays, pretty naff. All those parents taking their kids on holiday in the UK. But now they've gone back to school, as have I. It is 30 degrees, how ridiculous. We went to a barbecue last night and it was, thanks to Steve the gamekeeper and Jackie his wife, and we sat outside drinking till 10:30 at night. And it was probably the first week where you could sit outside with a t-shirt on. How ridiculous. The whole summer it's got a bit cool in the evening. Crazy times. Anyway, we're out with the dogs. It's quite early in the morning, but if you are going to walk your dogs in this weather, we don't even walk them some days. We just let them chill out in the shade in the garden. We're going to walk them on grass, not tarmac, and apart from the first 50 yards, we're going to be in the cool shade of the woodlands. Really important, don't overheat those poor old dogs, especially if, like us, you've got an old boy. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the vlog. Now, whilst it feels like the baking heat of midsummer, it's actually, of course, early autumn, isn't it? The peripherals of early autumn. So, baking hot sunshine, but it's dark by 8 o'clock in the evening. Very, very different. Very different indeed. And those telltale signs of autumn, the onset of autumn, are here. Number one, should you venture into any shop or garden centre, apparently Christmas is coming. That winds me up. Number two, the daddy longlegs are around. Now, I don't mean the harvestman or the cellar spider. I mean the crane flies emerging from their chrysalises, their pupa underground. The crane fly larva has spent a couple of years munching the roots of your grass on your lawn, and now it's emerging as those amazing crane flies. They don't feed, they can't bite, their mouth parts don't work, have no need to feed. Their time as a fly is simply to mate and breed. And the females with their red stingers, they're not stingers, they're the ovipositor that she can poke into the soil, into the lawn, and lay her eggs underground. And the other telltale sign it's autumn, the male tegenaria, the male house spider, will be seen running across your lounge floor of an evening with his large pedipalps swollen ready for mating, his long hairy legs helping them run around in your house looking for a female so they can breed. Real classic early autumn things. The house spider and the crane fly. Let's have a look over here, guys. Wow, hardly any flow. So the drought of the few days, it's reduced the flow on this little stream. Wow, this was a raging torrent not long ago. There's a dead fish in there. I think it's a dead fish, or is it a leaf? Whirligig beetles. I always say it, guys, get outside and enjoy being outside. I've just been over to see Matthew from MW Ophidians to get a mate for this beautiful, now rather large, Boigodendrophila melanota, aka the mangrove snake. She's around 6 feet long. They grow rapidly, but let me show you her cute boyfriend. So here's your typical mangrove snake baby. Look at that. What an amazing amount of attitude. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Why am I wearing gloves? Because my eczema's bad again. These are feisty, their bite's not going to do a lot. Well, it never has so far. Little tiddler, but full of attitude. Will it focus? Wow, look at that. In a couple of years, can you believe it? This little worm is going to be, 6 feet long. And in 3 or 4 years, 8 feet long. Beautiful snake species, the mangrove snake. But she just thinks, or rather, he thinks we're all going to eat it. So let's get her tucked up safely and snug in her own little enclosure. Absolute stunner. Wow. Now, you can't go that way and then someone say, well, I've also got a couple of Ridley cave racers left, Dave. They're both males, so you can't have a pair. But what I can't show you is the iridescence on this thing's head. Stunning. I'll show you more of this snake as it grows up. Ridley's Cave Racer. What a beauty in the collection. So I started back at school this week, yesterday. It was the children's first day back at school and it was mine too. My first school of the year pretty much is always Standon Barnes Primary, a local school. And it's a really good school. Really good school itself, good facilities, an immaculate school. And you know it's a good school because it's always the same old faces, year on year, pretty much the same staff. And that always tells me that the ship is being run well. Some schools I go to, the staff turnover is huge. That sort of tells you something's not going on right at the top. Well, that's what I look at it as, almost like a business really, isn't it? So, what am I doing today if schools have started? Why am I out with Jackie and the dogs walking? Well, my diary isn't full every single day. And you might well think, oh, Dave, you're so lucky, self-employed, beautiful weather, you're out with your wife and the dogs walking, enjoying the countryside. I've been stuck in an office all day, or so on and so forth. Don't forget, when I'm not actually physically at a job, I don't earn any money. I'm still working all day, office work, looking after animals, so on and so forth. But as anyone self-employed knows, unless you're actually doing the paying bit of the job, you're not earning any money. But of course there is way more to life and happiness than earning money. The reason I don't have a full diary is after COVID I dropped the central London schools just because of the logistics and the hassle involved. It just got too much really. So I've reduced my workload, not on purpose, but by default of what I've done there. Anyway, enjoy the rest. Now this is the place to be when it's 30 degrees. The shade of a sort of a broadleaf woodland and the air coming through this lovely coppiced area is absolutely wonderful. This is the place to walk your dogs in this weather. Cool airflow, lots of shade. Last time I showed you these snails, they were actually all climbing up the trees here in this bit of woodland. At this time of year, they're in the shade of the leafy greens. Beautiful, beautiful bit of simple nature, the English countryside right there. Now, if you keep stick insects and they eat bramble, which many species do here in the UK, blackberry bushes, which is absolutely savage when you're harvesting it and putting it in the enclosures, unless you grow thornless varieties yourself. If you harvest from the wild through the summer months, hazel here is absolutely brilliant, lovely and smooth and soft to work with. And many species of stick insect that eat bramble will swap happily over to hazel leaves through the summer. We don't have long left, literally a few weeks, and it'll all be starting to turn as it's deciduous and it'll be no good for food. But through the summer, guys, hazel leaves are a much more lovely alternative than bramble to feed your stick insects. Now, this week's recommendation is something I've never seen before. I happened to see one of the guys post on the Falconry Hub on Facebook. Clicked on his page. Look at this. This is hand-carved, literally hand-carved wood painted with resin paints. If you like fishing or falconry or fish or birds of prey, get on this guy's Facebook page, have a look at this. He doesn't know I'm putting this on. I've never met the guy. I was just blown away at the amazing detail, actually, of the mounted fish, or the carved effect mounted fish. I went on his Facebook page and saw all the different falconry and birds of prey he'd done. What a talent. I have no idea how much they are, but for sure, go and look on there. Send him a message, see what this stuff goes for. Maybe he does commissions. Wow. Have a look. Comment below if you can guess the species what savaged me this evening. Now, with a slowdown in the marketplace the last 2 years, I've only produced a glimmer of what we normally produce here in the colubrid snakes and others. But we've got prevalent milk snakes, we've got hybrid king snakes, we've got Brooks king snakes, we've got bull snakes, we've got, oh no, the Crebo's mine, sorry. We've got Vietnamese blue beauty snakes, absolute corkers this year, best I've ever produced by far. We've got false water cobras, we've got Brazilian rainbow boas, and we've got 4-line snakes. So stuff still available, some of it reserved, some of it gone. But if any of those snakes are your kind of thing, get on the website and check it out. So we've just packed away for our doctor's evening. So for Icarus Falconry, although we run our experience days and our open weekends, we also put on a doctor's evening for those people that have paid £50 to adopt one of our birds of prey. Now, that doesn't mean they take it home and look after it. What it means is they get a gift pack about the bird and a photo and some info pack about the bird. They get a brass plaque on the bird's aviary to say adopted by. And then, as a special thank you, once a year we run an adopters evening for those that can attend. The girls fly a couple of birds, we have a little bit of a snacks and a drink, and we just tell those guys really where we're at with the Falconry Centre and how their adoption money has helped us. We're winding down to the sound of wild tawny owls hooting just in those trees, not while I'm filming. For some reason, it's decided not to hoot as soon as I switched on record. And now you know that I can't make the noise of a tawny owl. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. Please subscribe. Please drop us a comment, good or bad, and share these videos. It will all help the channel. See you next time.